What up, y'all? I'm TK Breezy, and I'm going to talk to you about what I did in France. It was great. It was a great time, man. I'm back, and yeah, we got some topic talk action for you. So, basically, I just came back from L'Odyssey, which was a French Invitational, and it was amazing. France esports scene right now absolutely slaps. And so I'm gonna go ahead and tell you about everything that we went through, or we saw, and you know what happened all over there as we go through this video. So first things first, big shout outs to T for winning that, and then Cosmos also doing quite well, getting second place. Mutace on the third, Perserium fourth, which is cool because they were actually at the top of their groups, and they really like showed that they should have been at the top of their groups. I guess the most surprising thing about the bracket altogether was that everyone thought Gluto was gonna win, and then Gluto didn't even make it out of pools. So that was wild. But I'm gonna go ahead and detail what I was going through, or what I was doing while I was there. So first things first, me and EE actually met up at the Atlanta airport. So we were able to, get onto the same flight. And we flew over to, France together. It was like an 8-hour flight. I tried to go to sleep about 5 hours into it. I don't think it worked. I'm not sure if it worked. But when we got there, I wasn't like super tired or anything. Like we got there around like 12. They had a car to pick us up. It had our names on it. It was cool. Philip Stewart, Terrence Kershaw, all that good stuff.
All right, we got a driver, bro. That's right. He had our names on that pad. Let me tell you though, bro, he ain't take my bag. That's crazy.
And then we got into the car, and yeah. And so by the time we got, to the event, one thing I needed to go do was grab a converter, which I already had a converter. I just forgot to bring it. But I'm just going to leave that one in my bag now. So I grabbed a converter and some lotion because I didn't have any. And then Vicky showed up. So we all like hung out for a little bit. We were supposed to go to dinner at like 8. I think I took a nap at like 6. I wasn't trying to. It just happened. And then we woke up and went to dinner. Luckily, the dinner was right next to us. Now, there's a stark difference in how dinner is done when you do a big dinner like that in France or just in Europe and America. America is all about speed eating. I know that much. Like dinner is like, that's why they have TV dinners, and families don't really eat at the table anymore and all that good stuff. That's not really what they do over in Europe, or at least in France. I was in there for 2 hours before I got my food, bro. And I know that was probably just slow service. It was like everybody was there. There was like 30 people. I get it. But the last 3 people to get their food happened to be me, EE, and Cosmos. And what do we all have in common? Yeah, you're thinking it. You're thinking it. Yeah, I know you're thinking it. Anyway, I was thinking it too, but I was like, you know what? You know what? It's probably not that crazy. It's not like a conspiracy theory. Like, they were nice about it. He just like, I don't know, man. It was funny. So, but we tried snails, and snails are pretty good. You couldn't ever like tell me that they were gonna, the consistency of a snail is not what you think it is. It was like a shrimp, and that was really, yeah, it was good. I was very surprised that it was good. So we all tried it, and it was good. They also have aligot, which is like cheese mashed potatoes, and those slap. And then yeah, I got a steak, and that was also good. So that was the first night. The next day, it was media day. We went and took 2 pictures, and then we left. And you know what? Big shouts to their media day, because every time I do media day in any other event, okay, Summit's media day, it starts at like 9 and it ends at 9, and we do nothing. Thunder Smash's media day started at 9 and ended at 9, and we did even more nothing. So big shout outs to France for media day being like, we're in and we're out. Like, they didn't need us for anything, so we were in and out, right? Me, Vicky, and EE went to the Eiffel Tower, and then the shop. But the Eiffel Tower was lit. We didn't like really go to like, we didn't go up or in the Eiffel Tower or anything like that. I don't know if we actually could have. It looked kind of closed, to be completely honest. But we did get the hardest picture of all time. Okay, like, now I don't think I'm ever gonna top a picture this hard. This picture go hard as fuck. Like, I can't. This this picture is so hard, bro. Like like this is probably like peak picture Breezy right here. So that was cool. We did that, and then we went to some shops. So I got some pretty good merch from over here, and that was cool. I got like a jacket, I got a winter jacket, I got 2 like sweaters, and then like another bomber jacket, because bombers are kind of in right now. And then yeah, so that was the second day. So the third day, we actually started this when the tournament started, and it was groups. Now the third day, there was no people there, it was just staff, because the third day was just groups, and they were like, all right, you know, we'll bring people in for the last part of this, right? Makes total sense. I actually think that's really cool. But yeah, so they did groups. Groups was kind of all over the place, because yeah, I mean, like, I just was not expecting to see Gluto out. Nah, Flo might have been, I think he might have been last seed. Orion actually had a W at the beginning of this, but then that turned into him not being able to get out either. And then Ken was also not expecting him to get washed like this, but he got washed. So what was even more interesting is that just the staff was there, and they were already getting hyped. So I was like, okay, this is wonderful, right? Like this is hype. Like this is like, we were not I wasn't expecting like 8 to 9 people to be so, like, you know, animated, and that was sick. So we did groups, we did commentary, it was great. Then we went to some Overwatch thing, because Vicky wanted to go to Overwatch, and they were like, it was like downstairs in some basement, but like when you get down into the basement, it was like in this like small little esports LAN. It was in an esports or LAN center, but you go down the stairs and there's like a little audience and whatnot. And it was like an influencer tournament for Overwatch 2, and these people were still hype. And I was like, bro, esports really is just like that shit around here, right? Like that, it just has to be that shit. But like, yeah, they're really into that shit. Like that esports center seems like there's a lot of money behind it. It was great. Like, it was nice to be in a setting where people, like, where I don't feel like, not that I feel like I have to hide that I'm in esports now, right? But I feel like if I tell somebody I'm in esports now in America, it's like there's like a 50% chance they're like, esports? What's that? And then I'm like, okay, well, now I have to explain this thing. But if you tell somebody, I feel like if I tell somebody in France that I'm in esports, they're like, oh, word, that's pretty sick. Like, you know what I mean? So like, that's really nice to be around, straight up. The third day, or the last day, or the fourth day, I guess now. Yeah, it's the fourth day now, is the actual tournament. And we didn't get to see any of the theatrics or anything else before the real tournament. Like, they kind of like told us about it. They told us about like people coming through the stage, and I was like, all right, cool. You know, that's dope. When they came through the stage, and like, I got it on my Instagram, but it was dope. Like, they you know, popped up. It's a bunch of like sparklers and steam and all that other good stuff, and that was sick. And then they introduced us, and that was probably the coolest moment in my entire life, because I've never ever got a fanfare like that anywhere else. I think SmashCon was close when we did the wrestling intro, and that was pretty cool. And like, you know, when we come onto the screen, like in regular tournaments, you know, people will be like, yeah, word, yeah, you know what I mean? But like, these people were like jumping out their seats. It was, man, it was dope, bro. It was so dope. And it kind of makes, like, that's not like the one moment that makes like all 12 years of commentary, or of the time that I've been, I think about 11 years actually, of commentary that I've done, worth it. But damn, if that recognition didn't feel like, woo! Although E3 crowd was, yeah, the E3 Invitational crowd was pretty hyped too. That's true. So yeah, I mean, I think those are probably top 3 moments of like recognition: the E3 crowd, Lodyssey, and SmashCon whenever we did the super intro. So that was pretty sick. Altogether, the matches were amazing. They were amazing. Like, just every match, even the matches I didn't commentate. Like, I watched the Mutates versus Pasiri men one. And woo, that was it. That was the one. So it was just the great ending ceremony, and when people lost, having to go through the portal to the French dimension, or like, you know, the Dark Souls boss. Like, that was pretty cool. That was pretty fun. And like, it really makes you think, like, I don't know what the backing is of money over there, or like how things work. Like, does the government like supply extra money to them so that they can have these theatric events, or are they just really good at like finding talent and deals and stuff. But if we could get like even just a fraction of those theatrics in an American tournament, it'd be so sick. The reason why I feel like the only issue that we have with that is that when you do get those type of events, such as like a Summit is locked behind like 9 minutes of ads each hour, right? So like what happens is basically we get a match, we go to a break, we get a match, we go to a break. It really fucks up the flow of like the tournament. When we were doing Lodyssey, like it was like 4 matches straight, break for like 5 minutes, 4 more matches straight, and there was like no downtime between those matches. It was like soon as you lost or soon as you won, you know, you got off stage, then the next people were already walking back onto the stage. And I was like, this is how you keep people entertained. Like, you know, I understand that people got to pay bills and all that other good stuff. So like, I'm not saying that like do away with commercials, because like, hey man, bills are bills, right? But it just, I can definitely tell that there's a difference in how American tournaments are ran, and it's like very ad heavy, and how Lodyssey tournaments are ran. I don't even know if they actually were running ads or if they were just giving us a break, to be completely honest. Like, I didn't ask. So that was all of Lodyssey from my point of view, without bringing out anybody else. The other funny part about Lodyssey is that EE is probably the worst foreigner ever. Like, just, you know, like, I think we all knew that was coming, right? But yeah, he's probably the worst foreigner of all time. Just, he was, I'm telling you, bro, we went to we went to McDonald's, and like he couldn't figure some stuff out. Then he was being rude to the other people there, and I like just a couple times I feel like I had to be a dad and be like, bro, chill out. Like, what are you doing? Like, it was, you know, that man was like halfway through he was just complaining about like a bunch of stuff. I was like, dude, shut up, bro. Like, just shut up, bro. Like, what's wrong with you? Like, this is not an opportunity we would ever have outside of this. But the ketchup on the well done steak, the just a lot of nonsense here from EE altogether. So yeah, man, I don't know. Like, I feel like you know, if there was ever a person to be that way, it'd be him. So like, I'm not saying that I didn't have my moments of being kind of frustrated with like the culture or anything like that, because like, you know, there's certain stuff that I probably didn't, you know, fully get or understand and whatnot. We went out to Five Guys. It wasn't even, I don't even feel like it was these dudes. It was like this dude was outside, and he was just he had like a boombox, and he was just serving people. But it wasn't like it was like a good dancer either. And so I was like, is this what y'all do out here? Like, y'all just serve niggas in the streets? Is this what's happening? Like, I don't know. That was a that was something, bro. Hey, now see, listen. They wanted Five Guys. I actually wasn't hungry. The only thing I ever like to try in other states or other countries is McDonald's, because McDonald's is different. I don't eat McDonald's in America. I think American McDonald's is ass, but McDonald's is always different anywhere else I go. So the McDonald's in France has Royales instead of like quarter pounders, and the Royales go crazy, right? Outside of that, I want to eat some of the actual cuisine there, which is what we did. So, but yeah, France was lit as fuck, and well, okay, France esports is lit as fuck. I'm not really sure how big I am on Paris. I think Paris is like a tourist trap type deal, and like according to the French people, Paris ain't even that hype in France. Like, that's not even really the spot to be. So one of the other big things that I'm really happy to have happen was that I got to see Mr. R again. Like, Mr. R is like one of my favorite people in the community, and because he hasn't been able to come to America anymore, it's just been a long time since I've seen him, and so it was nice to see Mr. R again. And then, like, you know, kind of get more familiar with the France scene in general, because I don't get to see them too often. I think that those people in France are like true esports or Smash fans. And watching Smash is a great pastime. Otherwise, I still would not be commentating it. Like, if I didn't like the game, I just wouldn't commentate it. That's me as in a nutshell. If I don't like the game, you won't catch me commentating it, right? But I do like the game, and I do want to commentate it, and I do want to see a more positive light in the community after being shown what positivity looks like in a tournament. Because, like, dog, y'all don't even understand, man. Like, even at the end, I went outside, and like there was like a bunch of people like standing out like, yo man, like, you know, we really love your commentary and all this. This girl walked up to me, she was very shy, it was very cute, and she was like, I just wanted to say that the last time you commentated Melee, I was like so excited to see you on Melee, and it was Low Tech City. I commentated 3 games of Low Tech City, and I was like, damn, I didn't really know I had like Melee fan base like that. And she was like, no, like you're like my favorite commentator, like just in general. And I was like, bro, like that's lit. And so yeah, I mean, it was just nice to like get recognition like that from people. And I'm not even asking for that recognition here because I don't really give a fuck about me being recognized anymore. Like I've you know, my commentary, my fame is solved. I'm me, you know, top 3 commentator. Even if you don't agree with it, it doesn't matter. The metrics and the amount and the sheer amount of work I do will just prove you wrong. It's just, I don't know, it's just nice to see that level of like of recognition and happiness to be enjoying a esports event. I feel like in America, a lot of these people just go to events just to, you know, be shitters or complain. And I don't know. I'm over that. Like, let's maybe stop doing that and like have a better time at events, huh? That's what I would like. That's the moral of the story for me. So, yeah. Thanks. Yeah, just thanks for watching. Thanks for, you know, being a fan of mine if you are a fan of mine. If you're not a fan of mine, LOL, you still have to watch me for the next 3 or 4 years commentating every top 8. Anyway, wait, let me. Every day I show up on the top 8, you're like, here he is again. Yeah, that's me, bitch. Anyway, with that being said, that's going to be the end of this topic talk. Thanks for watching. If you have any comments below, or, you know, comment below. If you haven't already hit the subscribe button, make sure you hit the subscribe button, hit a like, and come over to the stream as well. Come over to the stream as well. You know, we do a lot of hanging out here. It'd be a great time. Yeah, I appreciate you. A sub here also goes a long ways, but until then, I'll catch you on the next video. Peace.